Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ask Lukenessmonster, episode 32 of the series on the channel, where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. If you do want your question answered in next week's video, comment down below on this week's episode, and I'll try my very best to answer it next week. And also, if you do have a second, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, because it does really help out the channel a lot, and I just really appreciate it. Anyway, on to the first question. The first question from Hamish says, I just got the 6-inch Tarkin and I highly recommend getting it. Do you think we should get other standard Imperial officers in 6-inch or more generals in 6-inch? I think it's a really cool idea. I've never gotten Tarkin, and I've seen him for pretty cheap. I've considered picking him up, but it's nothing that I've really like wanted to get super badly. Thanks for the recommendation, because I actually might go and pick them up now, because if I see them for pretty cheap. But yeah, I think Imperial officers are really cool, and I think they go so good with the rest of the stormtroopers and stuff we've gotten in the Black Series. I think the main one that we need is an Admiral Piet. I think he's pretty iconic admiral, or slash I guess general as well, from the new from the original trilogy, and I think it's just really cool to get him in Black Series form. So Wow Animations asks, who would you like to see have a movie or Disney Plus series? So I think I've definitely thought about this, and a little while ago I saw this. I don't know if it was like a comic book or some Legends material, but how pretty much Kix survived Order 66. It was some really like weird process or something like that. I don't know the full story, but I think it'd be really cool to get like a short Disney Plus series on it, and I think just be really cool. I think Tamora Morrison is at like perfect age to do that. And I just love to see what they could do with that, because I think Kix is a pretty interesting character, and I think it'd just be a really cool story to like expand on in live action. So the next question from Outside Panda asks, if another smaller Star Wars game got released, what would you like to see made? Personally, I'd quite like to see a fleet tactical game where you take control of different fleets. So that's a really cool idea. I've definitely seen those type of games with Star Wars, but honestly, I love single-player games, and I consider a single-player game a small-scale game that's not a huge multiplayer game. Honestly, I'd love to see more Clone Wars content. I know we did get quite a bit of that in like with Revenge of the Sith, but just a single-player driven perspective of a clone trooper, I think that'd be super cool to get, and something that we really haven't gotten since Republic Commando. So I think that'd be really cool to get. And other than that, I'd say like another story-based game by an Imperial point of view. I really enjoyed the first half of Battlefront 2's campaign with Iden Versio, but I'd love to just to get a standard Stormtrooper point of view where they don't turn rebel. I like the actual Imperial point of view of that, so I'd like to get a game just centered on that. Dylan G asks, question for next week, who is your favorite non-main character in Star Wars? Mine is Hondo Anaka. Hondo's pretty great, but mine would have to be Boba Fett, and now that he's kind of a main character with him getting his own TV show, if you don't count him, I definitely say Fives. And since he got his own arc as well, if you don't consider Fives a main character, I definitely go with Waxer, because Waxer's a really cool clone from the Clone Wars. So those are probably my 3 favorite non-main characters. Too Strong asks, question, with all the Bad Batch already announced or coming soon, do you think that we can expect a Bad Batch Echo this year? So I think for all like the promo material for Bad Batch you've seen, they've kind of like hid Echo, trying to like reveal his armor later, and I'm assuming they're waiting to reveal his armor for the actual, like when the TV show airs is when they're going to reveal his new Bad Batch armor. So I think that we're not going to get a figure of him until after the first episode, or whenever his armor actually gets announced, actually airs, and then we'll get a figure. So I think we will get him this year. It'll just be like the end of 2021 is when we actually get him. Jason asks, when the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi line comes out, what are your top 5 new figures you'd like to see? 5 with Jabba, 5 with Empire, and 5 with Rebels. So I don't know if I'd go with exactly like those categories, but definitely 5 from like the beginning of the movie with Jabba's palace and everything. You got to get 5 from that. You got to get 5 from like the middle scene with like I feel like a General Lando would be pretty good in there, but you know, just like the middle scene with Luke Skywalker and like the Endor there, and then of course the end with like the final battle and then the space battle and everything. I think that's got to be the 5 categories you get. So I'm not gonna go through like all 15 figures, but I think we got to get a re-release of Jabba. He would definitely not be carded, but I think a Bounty Hunter Leia would be an essential. Another Han Solo and Carbonite would be an essential. Definitely a re-release of like a carded Palpatine, a Final Duel Luke, and then I'll just say maybe like a Imperial Royal Guard as well. those are really my only requirements. Maybe a scout trooper as well in there, but those are the main ones that I want for that. Nathan asks, do you have any predictions for the Book of Boba Fett? Any characters we might get figures of from the show? So for predictions, I think that it's going to be really cool because it's Boba Fett. Honestly, other than that, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I just hope it's super cool. I love Boba Fett. He's my favorite character in all of Star Wars, and I'd love to actually see him in his own mainstream TV show like Disney Plus there. And honestly, I just can't wait. I think it's going to be great. Figures I know we're definitely getting from it. There's 2 guaranteed, Boba Fett and then Fennec Shand. Other than that, I don't really know because we don't know a whole lot from the TV show. I think that it'd be super cool to get like a Boba Fett and Throne 2-pack, kind of like we got the Emperor and Throne 2-pack. That'd be so cool, and I'd definitely display that. Isaac asks, question, do you think Hasbro should do more of the Knights of Ren? Because I'm a really big fan of their designs and weapons. They could do a 3-pack. So I think they should have done with like what Lego did, and they should release all, I believe there's 6 of the Knight of Ren. I think that'd be super cool to get all 6 of them. We already have 1, of course. And I think that they should like release maybe like 1 every other wave. I think that'd be pretty cool to get. Obviously, I think the biggest problem with that is most people aren't going to buy 6 separate Knights of Ren, especially with the how like unpopular the new trilogy is. I just, for like a marketing standpoint, it's not going to sell very well for them. They definitely peg warm, and obviously I'd buy them, but not everybody would. I think it's a great idea, but just from a marketing standpoint, I don't think they'd do it. I think if they had to do it, they'd have to do like a 4 or 5-pack with all the other ones they haven't released yet, and then that'd probably be the only way they could sell them together. Carl asks, what do you think about the Black Series Legends line, Shirtless Darth Maul, that's rumored? I think the whole Legends line that's rumored is super, super weird. Why the heck are they making Bunny Face over here, but not a Black Series 5s? This is ridiculous. Make a Black Series 5s. Everybody wants it. Nobody asked for Bunny Face. The next question says, do you think we will get a Boba Fett from The Mandalorian? So, I think we're definitely going to get the re-armored version of him in the Book of Boba line, but if you're referring to like the Mandalorian version with like the Tusken Raider or the battle damaged armor, I think that it's probably going to happen eventually, but I think not until after the re-armored version of him comes out in the Book of Boba line. Hopefully we get him pretty soon, but I just think that it's not going to happen until afterwards. They just repaint the one they already have with that armor, with a damaged armor look. And that's one I really like because I actually prefer the damaged armor to the repainted one. But honestly, I just hope we get it. Who knows? Jacob asks 2 questions. The first one says, who do you think the ugliest Star Wars character is? Bunnyface. And question 2, what inspired you to make a YouTube channel? Well, I started collecting Black Series a little over a year ago now, and it's just something I really enjoyed doing, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to make YouTube videos about it. And it's come a long way in the past year, and I'm just happy to be where I am because I'm a big Black Series fan, and I'm just happy to be able to talk about it and share it with the community. So, Backstabber asks, do you think we should start getting more droids, such as Magna Guards, Droidekas, B1 battle droids, commando droids, etc.? I think a medical droid would be really cool as well. I don't know about a medical droid. I feel like that's a very niche kind of group. It's not very. It's more of like a stand in the corner kind of action figure, but it would be pretty cool for like dioramas. Anyway, I think like droids are such like just rejected stuff in the Black Series that they're just not doing, and I don't know why. Make a Magna Guard, make a B2 battle droid, super battle droid, make a commando droid, make a droideka. There's so many you could do. I think all of those would be amazing to get, and hopefully we get them for like the 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith in 2025. Hopefully we don't have to wait that long, but honestly, I just really want a super battle droid. That'd be really cool to get. Gerald asks, if you could play a part on the upcoming Book of Boba Fett show, what type of character would you want to play? I'd want to play a bounty hunter that like kind of teams up with Boba Fett, only because I'm a massive Boba Fett fan and just be so cool to team up with him. And yeah, honestly, other than that, maybe some kind, just something with Boba Fett because I love Boba Fett. Ben asks, do you think we could get a Jango Vintage Collection anytime soon, or a Jabba the Hutt figure? Well, I'm not the biggest Vintage Collection fan. I don't really keep up with that a whole lot, but I think for Jabba the Hutt, with the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi coming up in 2023, they're probably going to re-release him in that kind of range, if not before then. And for a Jango Fett, there's a rumored Gaming Greats line for the Vintage Collection coming, and I know there is a Jango Fett in the Gaming Greats line, so maybe they'll like transfer him over to like the Vintage Collection. Who knows? Other than that, I don't really know because I'm not the biggest Vintage Collection collector. Gilberto asks, question for next video, do you see Delta Squad being released in the Gaming Greats line? Honestly, I really hope so. I'm a massive Republic Commando fan. I've played through the game like 3 times, and it's just amazing. Honestly, now that we have like the Bad Batch Hunter figure, his armor, except for like the helmet and head, is basically a Delta Squad or just like a commando, clone commando armor. So honestly, if Hasbro get a better helmet sculpt for that and then just repainted the figure, I think they could get away with re-releasing that in like the Gaming Greats line as Delta Squad, and it's something I really hope they do because they are so cool. And honestly, you get that in like the new packaging, like the Cal Kestis here, and that'd be so cool. Honestly, I'd want to get all 4 of them, even a Gregor as well, but honestly that could probably be saved for the Clone Wars line. Anyway, I just want them to do more with that Hunter mold because it makes a perfect commando mold. Samuel asks, is Jedi Knight Luke getting a re-release soon? So I know he actually did go back up for like restocked at Walmart a few weeks ago. So honestly, I would say look around. You never know when he's going to go back in stock. Some of these figures go back in stock randomly. So I say definitely check all your like online stores like that to see if they are in stock. And other than that, I think they're definitely going to repack him at least one more time before 2023 with Return of the Jedi. And if not, then they're definitely going to re-release him in 2023 with the Return of the Jedi line. So Star Wars Collector asks, do you think the Black Series are going to make a Gaming Grace Republic Commando with a bloody handprint on his helmet? That is Sev, and I really hope so. Like I said before, they have the perfect mold for the body. They just got to repaint it, and honestly, it's something I really want. Sev is definitely my favorite one of the Delta Squad, so honestly, I just hope so. Infernal Hippo asks, what is your favorite Bad Batch figure so far? So I only have the Elite Squad Trooper pre-ordered. I don't have the other 2. Because I just pre-ordered Wrecker as well. But honestly, I really like Crosshair. I don't own him, but I've seen a lot of reviews on him, and he looks really, really good. Just the helmet, the sniper, all the weapons, accessories, the molds, everything look amazing, and it's something I really hope to pick up in the future. Definitely gonna have to make a toy hunt video to try to track him down. The next question says, what would you do if Mcfarland took over Black Series? So that'd be definitely interesting. I don't know a whole lot about Mcfarland. I'm sorry, I totally butchered their name. Mcfarland. I do own like one of the Fortnite figures, but I haven't got a whole lot from them. I think it'd be interesting to see what they could do with it. Hopefully they'd release a 5s. I don't know. That would sell me as long as they released a 5s. I just want a 5s, if you can't tell. Anyway, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Are they gonna beat Hasbro, which has been doing Star Wars figures for almost 20 years now? I don't know. I think it'd just be interesting to see, but honestly, I think Hasbro's got a good thing going, and if they keep releasing popular characters like the people want, I think they can definitely keep the Black Series. Leonardo asks, who would win, Wrecker or the Heavy Mando from Mandalorian Season 1? Honestly, I'm going to go with Wrecker. I think Wrecker's just a really cool guy. He's an enhanced clone trooper. I think he's strong. He's big. I think the only thing that the Heavy Mando's got going for him is he's got a big suit of armor. Of course, he does have a jetpack and a heavy blaster, but I don't think that's anything Wrecker can't handle. So I got my money on Wrecker. Cash asks, when will the Gaming Greats Cal be released? I believe it is set to re-release in general on June 1st, but you never know. They could get shipped early, and then you might get your pre-order early. I know that happened with my Gaming Greats Shadow Stormtrooper. That one shipped, I believe, like 3 months early, which is really cool. So you never know. They might ship early, but they normally don't. Naomi asks, who would you like to see in the Gaming Greats line? I'm hoping for a Vistas Mar and a Galen Mark. I'm sorry if I totally pronounced that wrong, but I'm kind of leaning towards, like I said before, Delta Squad. That'd be amazing. If not, a Star Killer would be absolutely amazing. I absolutely love The Force Unleashed, and if not that, even a Kyle Katarn. I think a Kyle Katarn would be really, really cool. I love all the games that he's been in, so those are my picks, I guess. I don't know. A Kyle Katarn would be pretty cool, though. The next question asks, do you think we will ever get a 6-inch Commander Doom? So, honestly, I think it's possible. Hasbro could always repaint a figure and then re-release it or whatever like that. I think the Commander Doom is pretty much a perfect mold that you see Fox right in front of you. I think that he's got pretty much the exact same mold of a figure. They just have to repaint it. So, it's something they could definitely do. There's no reason why they couldn't, but again, it's one of those like niche characters that not as popular in the Clone Wars that I think it'd be cool to get a release of, but it probably won't happen for quite a while. Anakin asks, do you think we'll get some more interesting figures? And then he proceeds to say a bunch of interesting figures, but I think we could. I think that Hasbro is definitely going to try to make the most money off of their original trilogy characters first, because older collectors like original trilogy figures the most. I think once they've made a lot of those, then they'll start going to more prequel and other figures like that. Hopefully they do, but honestly, they've started making the Legends figures, which I talked about earlier in this video. So honestly, who knows what Hasbro's gonna do. I just want a Black Series 5s. I've said it before. Like, get what the people want. I mean, okay, we want another Darth Vader, of course, but like we also want some of these fan favorite characters. I guess I don't know. It's pretty complicated. AGC asks, "What are 10 figures Disney would never approve a re-release of or new figures?" So that sounds like a pretty good solo video idea. So if you want to see that, I will release a video on that sometime in the future. So stick around on the channel if you do want to see that video. Jay Prasad asks, "Which Star Wars character are you most like?" Jay Prasad, always with the tough questions. I don't know, honestly. It's a good question. I don't want to be generic or anything, but I guess I'm going to go with Luke Skywalker because my name's also Luke. I don't know. The next question asks, question for next week, favorite episode of WandaVision? Honestly, this one's pretty tough. I say either the one where like you saw the snap where the one Captain Marvel lady came back from the snap in the hospital. I'll throw up a photo. I cannot remember like what the girl's name is. Either that one or the newest one where they went back in like Wanda's past. I thought that was really cool. We got to see more of Wanda's history that we hadn't seen before, so I thought that one was really cool as well. So Leo did ask this one a few weeks ago, and he did just re-ask it. How much money have you made off YouTube so far? So I actually just was eligible for monetization today, so I still haven't made anything yet. So I will definitely inform you once I do. Ed asks, I love Rebels Rex, but but how could they do it as a figure? How would it look? And how could they do him to make it look more realistic? I think that would be a challenge. Honestly, I think it would be too. I think, honestly, if you just get the Tamora Morrison face and add a gray beard, that would probably have to cover it. Other than that, I don't know what else they could do. I think a Rebels Rex would be a cool idea, but I just didn't think whenever they were making the Rebels figures, they had the technology to really do that with a Tamora Morrison head. So hopefully they have the technology now to do that, but who really knows? Austin asks, I'm a relatively new collector with about 15 Black Series figures, and I haven't fully decided if I want to keep them in the box or take them out and pose them. What do you recommend? So I'd say, if you plan on selling them in the future, I'd say keep them in the box because, of course, that raises the value. But if you don't plan on selling them and if you're just collecting them to have them, I say take them out of the box. What's the point of buying them if you're not planning on reselling them? What's the point of buying them if you're not going to take them out and actually have the full experience of a Black Series figure? That's just my opinion, but of course it is up to you. I do display mine in the boxes, as you can see, but I do have them all open, and I have taken them out of the package. So Brian asks, is the Captain Rex being re-released? So as of right now, there's no rumors of it. Honestly, I really think they are going to re-release it, though, because they did like General Grievous and they did Commander Wolf, which were both really expensive and popular figures that people wanted a re-release for, and Hasbro decided to re-release those. So I think there's always an opportunity for Hasbro to re-release any figure they want to, and I think Captain Rex has got to come sooner or later because of how expensive and popular he is. And that is actually all the questions we have time for today. I actually answered every single question that was commented. So if you do want your questions answered in next week's video, comment down below, and I will try my very best to answer it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.